Leah Thomas, breaking records on her swim team and is currently ranked #1. Her teammates, as you've seen, say although they support Leah, they believe it's unfair she is allowed to compete against them.
The debate around transgender athletes has recently taken center stage, with Pennsylvania University swimmer Leah Thomas leading the discussion. Formerly known as Will Thomas, he lived as a man for the first 20-plus years of his life and competed on the men's team at Penn for 3 seasons. Thomas was a decent swimmer in the men's sport, but not a great one. During his best season in 2018-19, he earned 3 second-place finishes at the Ivy League Championships. Still, he failed to qualify for any NCAA championship races. The Ivy League is not known for its swimming prowess, so even a second-place finish in the conference was not enough to make him eligible for the championships. That all changed in 2019 when Thomas began undergoing hormone replacement therapy in hopes of changing his gender. You probably know that while it's scientifically impossible to change either your sex or your gender, the American left has created an idea that people can change their gender whenever they please. Many American institutions don't want to incur the wrath of leftists. Instead, they opt to go along with their unscientific assertions. That's probably why the NCAA allows athletes to change gender categories. In Thomas's case, he simply needed to undergo a year of HRT before he could compete against women. According to Sports Illustrated, Thomas competed as a man in 2019 as he underwent HRT, albeit in a women's bathing suit. He took the following season off due to COVID-19, meaning the 2021-22 season would be his senior year and his first season competing against women. Unsurprisingly, Thomas destroyed the female competition. Sports Illustrated reported that she, quote, set pool, school, and Ivy League records en route to becoming the nation's most powerful female collegiate swimmer. A far cry from his men's days, Thomas breezed into the NCAA championship for the 100, 200, and 500-yard freestyle.
3-time Ivy League champion Leah Thomas was the top qualifier.
According to ESPN, he made the finals of all 3 events, making him a 3-time All-American. He won the 500-yard freestyle and finished just 9 seconds behind the NCAA record set by Katie Ledecky. In the 200 and 100-yard races, he finished 5th and 8th, respectively. That brings us to today, when many people are arguing Thomas should not be recognized as women's NCAA champion. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis even declared second-place finisher Emma Wyant of UVA winner. Quote, by allowing men to compete in women's sports, the NCAA is destroying opportunities for women, making a mockery of its championships, and perpetuating a fraud, DeSantis wrote on Twitter. In Florida, we reject these lies and recognize Sarasota's Emma Wyant as the best women's swimmer in the 500-yard freestyle. End quote. Leftists have celebrated Thomas's victory as some sort of watershed moment for trans rights. Just look how giddy NBC was to cover his championship.
Hoda, there is so much to watch. So she's going to first hit the pool this morning at 10 o'clock. Finals are tonight. She's favored to win the 500 and the 200-yard freestyles. She's also swimming in the 100-yard freestyle, and she's got a shot there.
No matter what leftists say, the truth is, allowing Thomas to compete as a woman is nonsensical.
It's heartbreaking to see someone who went through puberty as a male and has the body of a male be able to absolutely blow away the competition.
It hinders opportunities for biological women in sports, and there's plenty of data to prove it. Male athletes have a physical advantage compared to female athletes in cardiovascular fitness, bone and ligament structure, and muscle density. First, men have a higher maximum oxygen consumption than women. When an athlete's oxygen consumption remains steady, even as physical activity intensifies, they've reached their maximum oxygen consumption, or VO2 max. Since men generally have bigger bodies than women, they can achieve their VO2 max earlier. This means they reach peak physical form more quickly than women. These findings can also debunk the leftist argument that because Thomas did not win every event, he must not have an advantage over women. Since HRT can lessen the gap between male and female athletes, Thomas had a smaller advantage than he would have otherwise. For that reason, the fastest female swimmers in the 100 and 200-yard freestyle were able to beat him despite his advantage. With that said, HRT cannot change the fact that Thomas has the body composition of a man. Even after taking hormones, he still has an advantage over the average woman, albeit a smaller one. That's why Thomas was a top 8 competitor in the country in all 3 events competing against women. But when he was competing as a man, he couldn't even qualify for the NCAA championships. If we want to maintain any integrity for women's sports, this madness must stop. Men cannot be allowed to compete against women, no matter how many hormones they take.